Hi everyone, so today I'll be reviewing the Mrs. Meyers 7.2 ounce single wick large scented candle in the fragrance Orange Clove. So while this was more in season during the winter time, the retail price online was $10.99. The bad thing about it is that it's not 100% transparent as to the wax composition, but it just says the scented candle is made from soy wax, vegetable wax, and other thoughtfully chosen ingredients. So it doesn't explicitly say that it does not include paraffin wax, but I have a feeling that it might be a little of the composition because the performance is pretty good, and normally paraffin candles perform a bit better. But it could also be that it's like coconut oil, coconut wax, apricot wax, so on and so forth. And then it says that it comes in a recyclable glass jar and it makes an easy gift, which I believe that is true. And it says Mrs. Meyer's products are made with cruelty-free formulas and are Leaping Bunny certified. So I like that. It doesn't just say non-toxic or something like that. That isn't really regulated. And then it has Orange Clove brings together warm, spicy citrus notes for a truly unique holiday combination. My particular batch code is A241B. And I purchased mine at Big Lots for a retail price of $5.98, but I believe I had a 10% or 15% off coupon at the time. And then on the bottom, it lists to never burn for more than 4 hours, and it is made in Canada with an approximate burn time of 35 hours. Okay, so let's talk about the packaging. I do like that this is a very simplistic candle, but I like that the glass is very sturdy and a bit thick. Normally, single wick candles, especially for example, Bath and Body Works' new signature single wick style, is very, very thin. So I believe that the thicker the glass, it helps to trap in more of the heat. And I like that it has a screw, I guess it's called a screw-on lid. So I think I'll probably reuse this just because the jar style is pretty versatile. I feel like you can put like butter, jam, coins, and so on and so forth in here. To talk about the fragrance, I would have to say that I'm not the biggest fan of orange pomander type fragrances or just like a bright orange mixed in with a spicy clove. But I have to say that I really love the freshness of this orange. It almost leans a little bit like tangerine juice or orange juice. It's very bright and slight and has like a very slight fizz note, but I'm not sure if that is coming from the soapy smell of Mrs. Meyer's products because sometimes for example, when you buy soaps with like fruits and stuff, there is a remnant of a soapy quality, kind of like if you're washing your hands and the bubbles are there. So my nose picks up on that a little bit, which kind of threw me off. But overall, it's like an orange juice smell, very bright, but it isn't overly sweet and not necessarily tangy or bitter, but it's just very middle of the road, not too sweet, not too sour, just straight up slightly bubbly orange juice mixed in with soap. I think that's the best description that I could find. I can pick up on the clove, but I think it's well blended and it's not too spicy, at least in my opinion. And that's mainly just what I pick up. And I would say the strength on cold is a solid 7 out of 10. While burning, I would give it more of a light or a light medium. I would say it's like a 4 out of 10. And I burned this in my medium-sized bedroom. I think it'd be better suited for a bathroom or a small room because while it doesn't fill up my medium-sized bedroom, I would say maybe like a third of my bedroom that's closest to the candle, I am able to detect it. And when I had it burning in my smaller bathroom, I was able to smell it. So I would say if I would compare this to other single wick candles that I've burned, I would say that it's closely the same strength and throw as a Trader Joe's candle on a good day. So a Trader Joe's candle that I can smell. And I would definitely say that the fragrance is pretty much the same while burning as it is on cold. I still pick up on that soapy quality. It's a little bit toned down while it's burning, but I do get this like watery, juicy orange scent mixed in with a little hint of clove. Again, not overly spicy or anything. Okay, so here's an overhead view of my candle. And as you can see, my wax is super clean, super clear. Virtually no sooting at all, which I'm really happy. The main issue that this gave me were especially the first 4 to 5 burns. It was such a pain to get this to fully pull out. I would say that it took me about 4, maybe 5.5 hours. Thankfully, no sooting, but I did get a big mushroom top because of my extended burn time. I did have to use a Yankee Candle Illuma lid to help it along. It's not needed now. I would say when I reached almost like 60% left of the candle, it takes me about 2.5 hours for it to fully pull out. So here's the Yankee candle lid that I use, and it does fit. Not 100% a perfect fit, but you are able to use it, and that does help out, especially when the flame is closer to the top of the candle. Overall, I would have to say that this Mrs. Meyers single wick candle is pretty good, especially if you were able to find it for the price that I did, roughly under $6. And I think I paid maybe closer to $5 with that Big Lots coupon. Unfortunately, Big Lots stores are closing, and probably the only way you can find this is perhaps Target during the winter holiday seasonal time, and maybe Amazon. So I definitely don't think that it's worth $10.99, but for the price of $5, which is what some Bath & Body Works single wicks go on sale for, I think this one performs pretty good, especially if you're willing to put up with the first initial like 5 to 6 burns that just take forever. But since there's no sooting or anything, this is a candle that you can just set it and forget it. Overall, I feel like this Mrs. Meyers candle performed pretty well given its size. I like that there's this like juicy orange scent, but it's not too much like artificial orange juice that you would buy at a grocery store. Yet at the same time, it's not a traditional like pomander balls at all because of that little like soapy nuance instant. So while I wouldn't repurchase this to burn in my medium-sized bedroom because it didn't fill it out, I enjoyed that there was no soot. There was a bit of wax cling on, especially again, those first 5 to 6 burns in the beginning where I had to use an Illumilid. But I think that if you leave this burning for an extended period of time, which I may or may not recommend, it very little soot, which I'm really happy. And you can see that the wax is super clear. You can see the wick clips, and I am almost done and I'm still getting fragrance. I would say that the biggest con that I see from this candle is the strength and throw. It's a very light fragrance, 4 out of 10. But then again, I've had bigger candles that give me a lot less or virtually unscented. So given the size and everything, I think that if this is a scent that you would enjoy, it would work in a very small kitchen, a small bedroom, or a bathroom. I mean, I am able to burn it in my medium-sized bedroom, but it just kind of stays in one corner. It doesn't really travel throughout. So I would say that the projection is maybe about a 2 or 3 out of 10. But then again, like I mentioned before, I've had other single wick candles that are virtually scentless. I think also one thing that I find a little bit weird is that I get some soapy nuances from this candle. So it's not 100% just orange and clove. And I like it that it's not super spicy because I don't enjoy spicy fragrances, but I could see some people who really enjoy clove fragrances that they would be wanting more, but it's well blended. This orange clove scented candle is really nice and it'd be perfect for the fall winter time. And I personally think that in the fall winter, it'd be great for a morning burn in the kitchen because it does have this like soapy, refreshing quality to it. And it's not overly clove spice heavy, but I can see how some people who want a spicier scent would be a little bit disappointed with this. Overall, I think that if this was in a larger size format, I think it would perform great. And I really enjoyed the quality of the burn. Again, my biggest issue was that it struggled to pull out the initial, I would say maybe about an inch and a half of the candle. But once it went down to maybe about 60% left, I had no issue. It pulled out within like 2.5 hours, no sooting. And overall, just a clean burn. So I did repurchase this candle, and I think I will give it to my mom because I think that she would like having this in the kitchen. And I would personally try to find other Mrs. Meyers single wick candles in this large format and see how those perform. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.